Hello guys, and welcome to day 94 of our 365 days of courage, where we always try to encourage one another every day for a year. We look for verses in the Bible that assure us to fear nothing, to take courage, and not to be afraid. Our courage verse for today is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 14, and it says there, "Do not worry about them. They are blind leaders of the blind." Alright. Now, I remember the story of the three blind mice. Blind sila. Hindi nila nakikita yung kanilang dinadaanan. And their leader is also blind. And so, naturally, these three blind mice found themselves stumbling. Okay? Dito sa courage verse na ito, ang pinapatamaan ng Panginoong Jesus are the Pharisees and the scribes, the teachers of the law, who are knowledgeable of the law. Imagine, Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, they're supposed to be medyo mas mataas yung level nila because they know the law. But then, they're not trying to apply the law. They are like blind leaders. Paano nasabi ni Jesus na they're like blind leaders? It is because itong mga Pharisees na to, they noticed that the disciples of Jesus ate their food without washing their hands. And so they said, sabi sa scripture, kung madumi ang kamay mo, ipapasok mo yan, it will make you unclean. Ano naman ang sabi ni Jesus? Yung pagkain na ipapasok mo na, itatae mo lang din. It will not make you unclean. Rather, what makes you unclean is what comes out of your mouth. Kung bad-mouthed ka, you are unclean. Why? Because saan galing yung sinabi mo? Sa puso mo, sa isip mo. Kung masama yung sinabi mo, malamang masama yung naisip mo. Malamang masama yung nilalaman ng puso mo. Kaya mo nasabi yung masamang salitang yan. And so that is why Jesus told them, do not worry about those people. They may be leaders, but they're blind leaders, and they're also leading the blind people. Okay? Now, in our first reading for today, from the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verses 1 to 13, this is where Moses struck the rock twice in order for water to come out of it. Why? Dahil ang mga Israelites, di ba, pinabalik na sila sa wilderness. Ang mga Israelites nagreklamo na wala silang maiinom. Of course, Moses was already fed up with all the complainings of the Israelites. So sabi niya, Lord, anong gagawin ko? At titigas ang ulo ng mga taong binigay mo sa akin. Now, imagine if Moses is a blind leader. What could have happened to the Israelites? Diba? But then, Moses is a good person. He did everything the Lord told him except one. And this is in our first reading for today. Hindi ganun ang sinabi ng Panginoon na gagawin ni Moses. Pero dahil nainis na siya sa mga tao na puro reklamo, he struck the rock twice. Hindi niya dapat i-strike yung rock for water to come out of it. But he did it not only once, but twice. And that made him not able to enter Canaan because of his disobedience to the Lord. Uy, stricto si God ha. Kung in-instruct niya na ganito, dapat sundin mo to the book. Yun lang naman yung kamali ni Moses doon. But despite that, he is a good leader. Again, imagine, if Moses was a blind leader, what could have happened to the Israelites? Baka hindi pa nga sila nakarating dyan sa punto na yan ng kanilang buhay. So, kumusta naman yung mga present leaders natin? Yung mga leaders natin sa gobyerno, do you think they are good leaders or are they also blind leaders? Diba? Ang daming mga batikos, ang daming mga nakaka-disappoint na pangyayari about our leaders, the people we put into office. And sometimes, naiisip natin, ano ba naman itong mga leaders na to? They're blind to the true state of our nation. They're blind to the true state of our community. They are blind to almost, yung laban ko nga dito sa munisipyo namin, on the IPMR salary, they are blind to it. And sometimes it disappoints me. But then, having read about our courage. Verse 4 today, Jesus is saying, do not worry about those people. They're blind leaders who are leading also blind people. So, why should I not worry, Lord? Because Jesus, before he said this verse, sinabi niya na, every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be pulled up by his roots. And these blind leaders who are leading also blind followers, both of them will fall into a pit. Ibig sabihin, we put leaders into the position that they are in right now, at kung hindi nila gagampanan yung kanilang trabaho bilang good leaders, time will come, God will act, and He will pull them out from their roots, and they will fall in the pit. Ang problema lang, the blind leader and the blind followers will fall into the pit. So, would that mean, for example, in our municipality, if our leaders are blind, we will fall, our municipality will fall together with those blind leaders? Is it not unfair to those who are not blind followers? Now, guys, the message here is, let us proactively work to make these followers realize how blind the leaders are, so that next time, ito malapit na naman ang eleksyon, next time na pipili tayo ng mga tao na pauupuin natin sa posisyon, yung pipiliin natin are not those blind leaders that Jesus is talking about. Yung pauupuin natin are those true leaders who are committed to the welfare of the people and not only for their personal welfare. And so, we have the power to change this course. Alright? And since both the blind leader and the blind follower will fall into the pit, dapat tayo who truly care for the welfare of our community should work proactively upang hindi ma-fall, so that we will not all fall into that pit. Let this be a challenge to all of us. Otherwise, if we keep on putting these people back into their position, knowing their capabilities in leading our municipality, in leading our community, kung hahayaan natin, then, siguro tama sila. We deserve the kind of leadership. We deserve the kind of government that we choose. Even if hindi tayo isa sa mga pumili sa kanila. Since we are not able to do our part in proactively advocating na sana ang piliin natin ay yung tao na may takot sa Diyos at handang gawin ang lahat para maibigay yung totoong serbisyo na kailangan ng bayan. This coming election, this coming campaign period, we hold those who are seated in these positions accountable. We hold them accountable kung ano yung nagawa nila during their term. I-audit natin yung kanilang nagawa bilang mga leader natin sa ating bayan. I-check natin yung performance nila while they were seated in their office. And that should be our yardstick in choosing kung sino ang pauupuin natin sa susunod na election na ito. Because if we keep on repeating the same mistakes, then again, we deserve the kind of government that we put into office. We deserve the kind of leadership that we put into office. At kahit sabihin mo na, bahala sila, hindi naman ako bumoto doon, kasama ka doon. Because you're part of the community who will fall into the pit. Because we are being led by blind leaders. Alright guys? And so guys, do not worry about these people. Of course, dagdagan natin naman yan ng panalangin. Na sana, yung talagang gusto ng Panginoon na iluklok sa pwesto, siya ang mauupo. And if we're able to pray all together, na ganyan nga, nothing is impossible with God. Even if marami pang pera yung mga taong yan. Even if they are so powerful to influence the voters. If God hears our prayer, then we will be saved from falling into a pit, because our leaders, whom God truly chooses to lead us, will be the ones to be elected into office. Okay, guys? So, guys, mga paalala lang ito kasi malapit na naman ang election, and sometimes we are being swayed by the promises of these politicians. Do not listen to their promises. Look at what they have done for the community nung sila ay nakaupo. Alright, guys? So, guys, once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you still tune in tomorrow for day 95 of our 365 days of courage. Yay! Malapit na tayo sa 100 days. And of course, pagdating natin na 100, we still have another 265 days to share these verses with one another. Okay? So, thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!